Hello, beautiful souls out there. This is Sherry at Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is going to be our current energy check where we see what wants to come through for the collective today. Shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. I'm getting that as a tower moment that may have occurred or may be about to occur. Breaking point. Actually, I saw this when I was shuffling this deck. It came through, so it doesn't surprise me that that would come out with the tower energy, that shocking energy that might actually trigger someone into feeling some kind of way is what I'm getting. So someone may try and mask, okay, so we had soulmates, we have past life, definitely wanting to come through with some kind of connection. So you know what, I don't normally do this, but that's the one. Breaking point. Look at that, how that came back out again. That came out 3 times because I saw it when I was shuffling. I saw it when I was pulling through the deck. And then you just saw me shuffle and just randomly pull that right out of the deck. So that's part of our energy. I'm going to put this down here because I want to get the enchanted map oracle to get our overall energy. I mean, this plays a big part in it, this breaking point. It really tells me that something is, I feel like a dam is like, it'll be interesting if we get like a card that relates to like a dam breaking open, because I feel like it's something's about to just break through, like a breakthrough moment is about to happen is what I get, whether this is you or someone you're connected to. Because this did want to talk about connections with a soulmate. Soulmates can be anyone in your life. It can be a relative, a friend, or it can be a romantic partner. So you have to take it out as it resonates. Someone that you have a strong connection with, a past life connection potentially, since that came through. But they trigger you in some way, which soulmates sometimes do. So that's the card that wanted to flip over. We have the strength card, 44. So you could be 44, the other person could be 44, doesn't have to be 44. The number 44 could be significant. Also, probably if you wanted to look up 44, I think 44 is about protection. It's also fours are a number of stability, of finding stability. Maybe someone's stability is being tested at this time, or challenged. I would say challenged at this time, because if you look at this person, this girl on the card, she is doing this balancing act, but she's balancing the world, the weight of the shoulders on her hand. So this isn't an easy juggling act. It isn't easy to balance the way she's balancing. It requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of strength for her to hold that up and maintain that position, to maintain that stability. And so I feel like somebody's stability might be threatened at this point, whether it is you or someone else connected to you, that may be reaching out to you, but someone is at their breaking point. Someone that the floods are about to open. Something is about really ready to challenge either you or someone you're connected to in your life that may need your help in some way, because they're at their limit, they're overwhelmed. Because like I said, this is hard to maintain this kind of pose and hold on to that. And we do get the overwhelmed card, and I can see how whatever they're trying to do in their life, whether this is you or someone connected to you, whatever they're trying to do in their life, the person this is talking about, it is challenging for them. They're at a breaking point. They're almost to the point they can't hold this anymore. You know how when you try and hold something in your hand up for very long, your muscles get tired, you get fatigued, you get shaky, you get to a point where you can't do it anymore. You can only sustain that for so long. It is that tower moment that we did see that kind of came through with shocking. I felt like that tower moment where somebody is about to break, where they're at that point where they can't do it, they can't maintain their current pace, going forward. they've taken on maybe too much that they can handle, or what they have going on in their life is too much for them to handle, and they're just at the point where they're exhausted. They just maybe can't do it anymore. The Eight of Wands. So someone may come in quickly and communicate something to you that I feel like it's somebody needing help, or you're needing help, where you're going to have to, either you're at your breaking point, but it's talking about expressing, you know, in some way, shape, or form, expressing that you can't keep going on the way you're going on, that you're at your breaking point, and that could be coming out whenever we're frustrated and at our breaking point. That could be coming out in a way that, it definitely could be where we're just snapping at people around us, because, I mean, I'm sure you've been there where when you get overwhelmed, you just kind of, you're like, I don't want to deal with you or anyone right now, and you just maybe snap at people. And it's not like you're meaning to be mean, you're not meaning to snap at people, you're not meaning to do what you're doing, but it's just that you're just at that point where emotionally, mentally, physically, you just can't do anything anymore. Like, you can't take on anymore. So it's like it's like you're almost protecting your energy and blocking everything out, whether this is you or someone connecting to you. So Knight of Swords, and that is that hasty word. That's so funny that the Knight of Swords comes out, because this is literally everything I just said. Literally, about the fact that sometimes we can say things that can be hurtful, because we're just in a place mentally, emotionally, physically, that we just can't be kind and compassionate. We want to be, we typically are, maybe that person that typically is. I don't care. I really don't care how, kind and compassionate and sensitive you are to other people. There comes moments in our life that we all get in these moments where we just can't take it anymore, where our life is so overwhelming. It's we have that 10 of Wands, that burden on our back, where it's, the dam's about to break. And that's what I really felt like. The dam is about to break, like the word, everything's about to fall apart for someone, whether this is you or someone connected to you. And they may be in this energy. If this is someone connecting to you, they may be in that energy where they may come off very mean, very hurtful, very spiteful, or just say mean things. And it's not, it's a cry for help, is what I'm trying to say. This is coming through to let you know there might be someone around you that is really needing help at this time. They may not be able to express it to you that they need this help. It may come off in a way that shows that they're just, like, you can tell they're stressed. You can tell they need help. They may not be asking for it. They may not be expressing it other than in a negative way. But that's how you're going to know, this is somebody that may be, it also is helping you to understand that, to not take it personally. If there's someone around you that is saying hurtful, mean things, or that, like, you reach out and they snap your head off or whatever, it's because they're hurting. Okay, it's not because of you, it's not because of what you said or that you reached out. It's just that they're hurting and they're in pain, and they just don't have the bandwidth at the moment to be able to help someone, or, to even interact with others. They can't take on any extra at this point. They don't even have the energy to respond in a healthy way. And I feel like almost everybody's probably been at that point at some point in their life. If you haven't, you are very fortunate that you haven't. That means you've had definitely a very blessed life. So we also have the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. This King of Pentacles is talking about stability again. We're talking about stability yet again. So it comes to, and look at this person. This king is looking up at the pinnacle. So it's like, I want to achieve the stability. I want to be the King of Pentacles, but things are not happening in my life for me. Like, how do I become this King of Pentacles? How do I get there? How do I have this stability, this abundance, the stability that I'm looking for in my life? This is whether this is you or someone connecting to you. And then we have the Knight of Wands energy. The Knight of Wands is, this talks about very unstable energy. It usually is the knight that comes in and goes out as, goes out as quickly as he comes in. He usually comes in really hot and heavy, but it's something that's not sustainable. So this is saying that whatever this person is going through, whether it's you or someone connected to you, that what they're doing is not sustainable, and that's why it's coming to this breaking point. That's also, that can lead to those tower moments when we are in that unstable kind of energy. But it does speak about something that we're passionate about. So this could be a breakdown of something, that someone's very passionate about. So say you're connected to somebody, maybe a sibling or family member that's in a marriage that's about to fall apart. So they love that marriage, and they have a lot of passion and desire for it, but the connection is not stable. The stability they once knew in that connection is falling apart. They're going to be, that's going to be a challenging time for them. Or it could be, it could be someone who has lost their job, and they're trying to find, how do I get back up on my feet again? How do I get my finances back in order? And they may be just, pursuing lots of things that aren't working out for them. They have this passion and desire to have this stability, but it's things aren't working in their favor at this moment in time. Give me a clarifier on this Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Lovers. So this could be definitely someone. This is again. This, I mean, definitely if you're here for love and it's connecting and as a a romantic partner or whatever, take it as it resonates. But it doesn't have to be. These are timeless readings. It's for whoever find it. When you find it, there's something in it for you. What these messages can happen at any point in our life at different timelines. So with the Lovers coming out, the Lovers is always, I don't always sense see it as necessarily a romantic partner, but it's a very strong connection to someone. So it can be a strong partnership, whether that be that could be a family member, that could be a close friend, it can be a romantic partner or a spouse or whatever. But it also talks about the choice. We choose the lover that we want. We choose who we give our time, effort, and energy to. And so this is telling me that someone is, with this clarifying the Eight of Wands, someone is choosing something different. They're wanting to express a choice they're making. Okay, they're wanting to express a choice that they're wanting to make. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier on this Knight of Swords. What's this message? The Three of Cups. So I feel like this is someone who is, if this is someone who maybe you haven't connected to for a minute, or maybe you haven't, maybe you parted ways, maybe, or if, I mean, maybe they're in your life, but they're in your life in a periphery kind of sense, like you're not like super super close or something like that, like, because I know I have lots of friends on Facebook, that people I went to high school with or whatever, that we hardly ever talk, we're not that close, or not in a day-to-day sense, kind of thing. But if this is like, if this is, I get more that it, especially with the Lovers, this is somebody that's going to be very close, you're going to be intimate with in some way, whether that's a very close friend, whether it's a lover, whether it's a family member, it's somebody that you're just, that you or this person is just about had it with. Okay, and so when we're in this energy, I think that this person wants to so what I'm getting here with the Three of Cups clarifying the Knight of Swords is someone who might, um as I talked about before, might, you might reach out to see how they're doing, and they might bite your head off or whatever. They might come off or say something that they in the moment they don't mean, because of the way they're feeling inside. But this is someone that through that they do want to connect. Okay, they wouldn't have responded if they didn't want to connect. It's almost like their cry for help. It's like, I need your energy. I need to reunite with you. I need your energy. I need your support. I need your help, is what I'm getting here. Okay. So even though they may not come out outright and say that in those words, it is a cry for help, is what I'm getting. It's a plea for help. Please help me, kind of vibe. So give me a clarifier on this King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups. So this is somebody who's reflecting. Again, I saw that with that King of Pentacles. This is someone with the King of Pentacles and Six of Cups here. Someone that is reflecting on what they once had, reflecting on better times, reflecting when times were happier in their life. And they're looking at, when was I happier? At what point did this go wrong? At what point did I lose track of what's important? That I lost myself. I lost the, where I was my happiness. I lost my happiness. I lost my sense of security. I lost my sense of self. When did I lose that? So this is someone reflecting on better times, when times were good. It could be if they're married and their marriage is falling apart, they're thinking about when times were good in that marriage, and when, how did this fall apart? They're remembering the good times, and almost mourning the loss, grieving the loss of that stability, grieving what they're losing or what they have lost here. So let's see. Give me a card on this Knight of Wands, please. Give me a card on this Knight of Wands. The Eight of Swords. So this is someone definitely up in their head, which is why, this is one of the biggest, people don't understand that when you're trying to manifest things in your life, this right here, the Eight of Swords, is one of the main reasons why we don't manifest things in our life. It's because we get in our own way. This Eight of Swords is about a mental prison that we create. It's about when we do loops in our head, when we get ourselves stuck. We get ourselves stuck. It's nothing external to us. It's us. And I can see that this person is in that stuck energy because they're reminiscing about the past, and that's getting them sad. It's getting them depressed. It's bringing them to this breaking point. Okay. But that needs to happen. It's just part of the cycle, the grieving, one of the things is part of the grieving process is acceptance. And so this person is trying to get to that point of acceptance, but they're not quite there. They're about at that breaking point. So it's like they're needing help. I feel like because they're stuck in their head, they're almost needing help breaking free of this mental prison. It's someone that definitely needs, they need to gain a different perspective on things, on the situation, which I feel like they're trying to do. I feel like this is someone who is definitely, definitely going through it. They're definitely, if this is you, if this is resonating for you, then my heart goes out to you. But know that you're almost at that point where things are going to get better. Okay. And if you need to reach out to somebody, reach out to somebody. And if you can, express your needs. I know sometimes it's hard when we're in this, almost when we're in this grief cycle. It's very hard to bring others into that, or and sometimes we know intuitively we shouldn't, that this is something we got to sort out for ourselves. It's our own growing it's our own battle to wage. And this is why the strength is here, but also we're talking about our stability, and we're talking about also divine protection, being protected at this time, knowing that everything's going to work out in the end for the best. Okay. Even though this is hard, even though what you're going through is hard, that it had to happen for a reason. And I think that this person, whether it's you or someone else, is trying to find the reason in why this happened. From what I can tell, that's what they're going over and over. Why did this happen? And once they gain that insight, once they get it, then that acceptance comes, when they realize, when they get that moment of inspiration. And I love how there's this one sword here, the sword of truth. When they get that, and look how it's kind of enlightened at the top. So it's that, like, like they'll finally get that breakthrough. If it's you, you'll finally get that breakthrough that helps you understand why this all happened the way it did. And then you're going to have that acceptance. And through that acceptance, you can move forward. You won't be stuck in, this pattern of grief that I'm seeing here. So know that that's coming. If that's for you, that breakthrough through moment is coming. That clarity is coming at some point. If it's someone connected to you, that they are going to receive that. But I feel like if this is somebody connected to you, this message or this reading was meant to let you know that somebody in your life you're connected to is going through something very tough. They may need your help and support. They may not be receptive to it, but to be open to being there for them if they need it. And also, I feel like if this is you, if you're able to let somebody in, it might be worth your while to remember that you might have support around you. Even though you've maybe pushed that support away, there's probably still other people in your life around you that will help you if you do want that help. Okay. So let's go ahead and that's where we're going to leave the reading. If you've been watching my readings lately, I've been pulling most of the readings. It depends on if spirit tells me to or not, but I've been pulling a yes or no answer to a yes or no question. So if you have a yes or no question you would like to ask at this time, please feel free to think of that question. You can pause the video if you need to, and then we'll get the answer to that question. I really like the split decisions deck because it does give a little blurb of to why the yes or no, which actually helps me intuitively help you understand what the yes or no means. Gives you a little more insight into the answer, why the yes or no is there. So, ready? No. Spotted reputation, going bad, rotten idea. So this tells me, I don't know what your question was. Okay. I don't know what your question was, but with this, what I am going to say is with that no, it's telling me that whatever if you're asking about a person, okay, if you're asking about a person, the person isn't in a place to be receptive to anything right now. I don't know that if you're asking about a specific person that might be related to this reading or not. But if you're not, if you're asking about something else in your life, I feel like if you're asking about, should you pursue a certain job or something like that, I feel like it's talking about really do your research and your homework, um, because there might be something you're not seeing. There might be something hidden that you're not seeing that might pose a problem for you specifically. So not that like if it's a company, not that there's anything wrong with the company per se, but it's like there might be like their culture might clash with your beliefs or your way of doing things. So, for example, if it is a job, maybe there's going to be something required of you at this job that you're not going to like. It's kind of like that. Like there's something underlying here that's not being shown to you at this time that is going to throw a monkey wrench in whatever you're doing. It's like something that you're not seeing that is going to cause, like over time is going to cause the rot. Okay, so it's going to grow. That rot is, it's like it could start as something very small, and it grows, it like that irritation. Like have you ever worked at a job and you have like a coworker you just don't get along with, it, they just irritate you in some way, and then over time that irritation just grows and grows and grows, because you just don't see eye to eye, or you just don't get along, or whatever reason. Or you can have that with your boss, or you can have that with another person. So it's kind of like that, where you may not see it at first, but it's saying that whatever this is, there's something there that you and this thing, whatever you asked for, you just aren't a good fit. You're not quite aligned energetically, there might be something that you're not seeing that you might need to be aware of. So it's like almost like do your homework, kind of know before you embark. If it's something you want to, just know there might be something in that whatever you were asking about that might cause a problem for you personally, like that it may come turn into something that could be a problem later on. Okay, so just to be aware of that. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys today. I hope that helped you in some way. If it resonated, I hope you hit the like button. Also, you know what, if you're ever moved to leave comments, please leave comments. Even if it's, I don't even mind if you could critique, my readings. If you feel like you want to do that, that's fine. I'm, I'm willing, I'm open to, listening to people. I'm not closed-minded by any way. I will always take things to heart and take my intuition and sit with it and see what feels right or not. But I am always open to suggestions. So I'm going to leave this message here. So I thank you so much. I wish you the best, much harmony and gratitude to you, my friends.